when it comes to points. So it's not like it's impossible for all of them to qualify. World Clubs is currently ranked 15th.
Yeah. We saw better play out of Will Clubs, though, yesterday, I think. Fair to say the only time we really saw them place highly in this match today was when they managed to get third on map 3 behind NRX and Bren. That was, of course, Bren doing the med strat, as they have been wont to.
And it, again, like, I'm really curious for the grand finals because I want to see how high the Filipino teams place when, you know, it's not, it's for all the marbles. It's no longer based on points. It's just for who gets the top finish at the end of the day. Because I think NRX are just going to sweep the finals, and then the bits and pieces of remaining points, I feel like some of these Filipino teams can actually take away from them.
Yeah, no, I think that's totally fair to say. So we're in to Gili Island once more, the final drop of the night. And as to be expected, there is a big, and I mean big, spread between all the teams. We have teams going to every corner of the map, even up towards Observatory. There's one. You can see Logging Camp as well. That's going to be NRX John 316. As always, occupying that one unopposed. Most teams do not want to face them. And even a few going down towards Rust Bay and Windcliff. So this is kind of what we expected to see once more. It's happening. And the circle is actually on the bottom right quadrant of the map. So this game is going to end on Squirrel Depot, more likely than not.
And the bottom right-hand side of the map, barring Observatory, is one of the more rural areas. So we won't get as many, unless we get a big circle around Defense Fort, we're not going to get as many, what's it called, cover or
not a lot of
real estate.
We'll have a lot of open. We'll have a lot of open fights. I think we might actually get some truck battles.
We could finally. A change. Oh, Southeast Asia and change, really? I've already had a team eliminated, by the way.
Stop being mean.
Scrolled through the kill feed there.
All right, so Small Boy finds himself a little tuk-tuk, and we're off to the races.
AOV from Malaysia, currently leading the Southeast Asian General Division. Small fight taking place here between Will Clubs as well as Dark Frost, a Filipino as well as a Southeast Asian General team. Just jockeying for position and the bits and pieces of loot around one of the compounds of Bitter Lake. Samsoy has to be a little bit careful. He's being overrun by multiple members of Will Clubs. And off they go. They got all the vehicles and like, yeah, see you, mate. Go somewhere else. Good damage on Triple X.
Yeah,
he gets out of there.
Still, though, Samsoy had some serious shots on him.
A couple more would have been enough to knock him out, but doesn't get it. He just takes the shots anyway. You know, finally picking up some armor for himself, gets his rubber chicken, increasing his movement speed. But Southeast Asia are a region of very slow early games, and the reason being is exactly that. You get these early fights where teams are like, just like we saw from Will Clubs, they're saying, if Dark Frost want to fight us and contest for this area, let's just give it to them, go somewhere else, live to fight another day, and continue looting for the first 12 minutes of the match, which is arguably the most crucial point of the game, because that's where a lot of teams fall early on, and you get decent positional points for at least surviving to 10th place. And then it just scales exponentially as you get in towards the top 5. So you see a lot less early fights, and the early skirmishes are normally swift and decisive. They'll take it if they know they can win it, or they'll just get into either a long stalemate, standoff, or disengage, which is more common in the Southeast Asian regions. And whereas in Europe or North America, you'd see teams just stumble into these fights, take it, get a little bit sloppy with the early games. Whereas the early game in Southeast Asia, I believe, is very polished. And as much as it's not very action-packed with how the current meta works, I think the polished playstyle benefits a lot of these Southeast Asian teams more than it harms them.
Certainly the case. Allows them to live a bit longer, as it were. And you know, the priority is right there in the name of the game. It is all about trying to survive. So, we'll see how it all shakes out. Still, always have to be expecting favorites like NRX John. Who else would be teams that are on your radar after the 4 games we've seen so far, Fish? Who do you really expect to be into the top 5 at the end of this one?
Oh, NRX, Bren, SEAL Team, Just Team. And I think AROV they've got to give me one game because I'm not sold on this team yet, but they're apparently best in General Division.
Oh, here we go. Looks like there's going to be a couple of fights inside the apartments. Wolf bunny hopping right behind the tuk-tuk. It's going to get lit on fire, but he does manage to get one down, and he's going to get capped himself. Down to 53. So, is it 1-for-1? Make that a 2-for-2 trade. Already, Samsoy, he's down nearly And it looks like he's going to finally fall. So just like that, we do have a couple of the early skirmishes going very awry for Dark Frost. But how about Gao team? We talked about them a little bit last time around. They placed pretty highly and even managed to take a map. Do you expect them to be able to place highly once more?
I want to see more from Gal team first because they're a team that can. I can't pinpoint what's wrong with them. We've solved the problem of the Thai teams. We've solved the problem of everyone from number 1 to ECO Gaming and what their minute problems are. But Gal team, we need to watch a little bit more because you see them on highlight reels all the time. They clutch. They play well when they have these clutch moments. But they're currently ranked the lowest in the Vietnamese region.
I think you can chalk it up to consistency if I'm going off of just stuff today, although 7 does get a really nice frag out there, barely takes any damage for his trouble,
And then
but he immediately dies. Caster Curse. I didn't realize there were more teammates there, but yeah, I think this is highlighting what I was just about to talk about. Gao team are an inconsistent team. Sometimes they play very smart, waited out to the end, but then they just have like a Johnny YOLO moment like they did last game where they just drive around in circles on the beach for no reason, and, you know, or this, where they're just inside the house with an isolated player and get a 1-for-1. So, yeah, I'm going to go with consistency for 500, Alex.
Which is funny, because the Vietnamese region used to be one of the most consistent regions we had. Thailand and Vietnam both being very consistent. I don't know, I feel like these drawn out, and again, I don't think I can really judge anything from the drawn out group phase that we have. It just changes the dynamic of how these teams play. Look at WA/FFF, for example, from Indonesia. They were one of the weakest teams we had during the group stages, and then you stuck them in the grand finals and they got top 5. And nobody expected it.
You could also probably say that's a bit of growth, too, because we saw them in this tournament yesterday, in fact. Whoa, Jay-Z gets dropped. Oh, my goodness. NRX John 316 having some trouble now.
2 players still alive for NRX, though, looking to try and get revenge onto the rest of BDS, who are able to siege this compound. 6ix9ine jumping onto the 2nd floor.
Breaks that window, and he's down as well.
Oh, you got to be kidding. Less than 1 hit point.
Oh, my goodness. Zippy's going to be able to get 1.
He gets all of them. Zippy's the last man standing for NRX, but unfortunately, there's no teammate left for him to save.
So, I think I know NRX's plan going forward. Say it with me. 3, 2, 1. Medstrat. Wow, we didn't have synergy there.
It's probably going to be Medstrat. I mean, if you're NRX right now, you're thinking, well, we've already got close to 1,000 points. We don't really need to. I don't
really think there's any way that they would fall out of number 1, actually, unless, I mean, maybe they could, but no, I think they would require.
It's impossible.
Yeah. Okay. So they could literally just YOLO.
It's actually mathematically impossible now.
Okay. So cool. So who's the last man standing from NRX?
Zippy, I believe it was.
So Zippy could just do whatever he wants.
Pretty much. I mean, it's not about today. Again, it's the cumulative points at that.
That's true. You don't have to just get number 1, right?
Correct.
But obviously, the more points you get always is going to be for the best.
Correct.
Cool. So it looks like we have a team actually driving the truck inside the pyramid at Research Edifice, banking on the fact that this might be the place where the circle expands to, or rather shrinks to.
MJ just hanging out for the moment here, Pyra. Fate's going to slowly rock up into this compound.
Yeah, there's your boys, Fate.
My boys. Yeah, you guys Medstrat. Wait, no, they've only done it once today, and then they kind of they got.
That gets so confusing when there's a player named Got.
Yeah, they got.
Oh wow, yeah. There's a lot of teams outside the zone.
I wish he was on the team Got, then he was just Got. Just Got would be a great name. So this is another thing that we can talk about for Southeast Asia. They play outside the play zone more often than not. They understand that until play zone 4, an energy drink and a few bandages is enough to keep them topped up. So why risk going into the center circle when you know teams of high caliber like NRX, some of the Vietnamese teams are all going to be waiting for you inside. So just stay outside, continue looting, get as geared up as possible, have your med strata at the very end to secure yourself positional points, and then go into the zone late so you avoid all these early firefights which we keep seeing teams drop out from.
Not to mention, if you have these vehicles, it's actually not that hard to move your way in even further. So yeah, they can definitely do that as much as they need. And there's going to be a roving couple of bands. This is the big difference. I mean, what we saw earlier today with the NA Cup, there were so many cars roving around, but also a lot of firefights erupting from it because you kind of had the team split in strategy between holding up in these houses or driving around the cars. Whereas up until this map, we've actually pretty much only seen teams take cars to go from point A to point B.
No more truck meta. I mean, the tankiness is so low now that people fall out too easy. Trucks explode too easily.
Yeah,
It's a
there we
big
go.
skirmish though.
Mao? He's not down yet.
He's taking a lot of hits though.
Oh, wow. Oh, there
Now
he
he's
goes.
down. Just across from the hill. Catches him out.
Okay, back over to Roland Anup. He's going to get downed as well. So we're already down to 40 players here. And this is, of course, on the west side of the map. So this is outside that play zone.
Just had someone else mentioning here. Someone else saying, find it quickly. Lucky M. Della Rama. My favorite team is Interaction on 316 because I'm Filipino. Salamat.
Nice. I mean, it's good enough reason. Of course, I think NRX's appeal, as Squin gets dropped down, is actually goes far beyond the Philippines.
Far beyond the Philippines. They're just such a big organization.
And of course, they have sister teams in multiple locations. I mean, we talked the other day about NRX Luke, the sister team playing in the North American Cup.
Everywhere. They've got teams in Australia, in Southeast Asia, multiple countries. I mean, they just apparently have poached players from F9, the previous Southeast Asian Vietnamese org. They've got an American team, Luke 137. All their team names based off Bible verses as well.
Do you know what those Bible verses are actually?
John
3:16.
3:16 is for God so loved the world, he gave his one and only Son.
Ah.
Luke it's the most famous Bible verse.
I do see it listed places. I just actually couldn't remember it off the top of my head.
Let me make sure that's right. Yep, that's right. Then Luke, I can't remember Luke 137. It's something that's very relevant to ROS. For with God nothing shall be, I think it is.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Oh no, for nothing will be impossible. For nothing will be impossible with God. So it's
a motivational.
It's a motivational one for ROS.
Well, that's a good one.
I'm not a very religious person, but I think it's really cool that NRX have that branding.
Yeah, no, you gotta put a little extra meaning behind it if you can. That's pretty awesome stuff. All right, so down by Squirrel Depot, we are actually going to see a couple of cars kind of roving around. Looks like that's Flo and Cyanax. Just a couple of best friends club as they go from once again one house to another.
Look at the driving, impeccable. Kiko
But as you say it,
that was a great. Look at him go, Kiko Puggy. Give that man his license back. We finally found someone who deserves it. He deserves his license.
Even
Look,
Fish
he's
is happy
even
today.
using his right shield to breach the second floor. I like this man. I'm giving him a gold star next to his name on my name sheet. Where is it, Kiko Puggy?
All right, while you do that, I'm going to keep an eye on Doi,
Find
SCA. He's on top of this
There
roof
we
right
go.
now. I think this is the same house that Kikapaji actually was
Yeah,
breaching into.
Just gave him a nice star. Just right on his name.
Cool. I'm
Kiko
glad.
Puggy, and then circles around and just crossed out everyone else.
Yeah, you really did. Well, now I know how Fish chooses players. Now, this is where things start to change. A lot of those teams
this is
outside
nice.
the circle have rotated on in.
So it seems like Team 6 and Team 12 only have a couple of players outside. I can't tell if 11 is a moving vehicle or just a single
it looks
player.
like it is a moving vehicle.
But
It might still just be a
these
single player.
don't seem like planned med strats because I can't see their corresponding numbers inside the zone itself. So these teams have either taken casualties early, but no, 11 is moving as a convoy, so that's a team. This next play zone is going to get interesting, though.
Oh, yes, it is. The next one's circling down. It will be basically halfway between Squirrel Depot and Research Edifice.
Team 6 also had a few players as well, so it's not an individual.
All right, so Seal. I have Sanji there, sitting on top of the house and looking for one of those snipe spots across the way was Fate.
AROV, small boy on your screens. He's been a star player for the roster.
Yeah,
he's
he has.
impressed since he's joined the team.
Yeah, he has. I mean, last round there was a couple of interesting moves from Small Boy, where he played Spider-Man in and out of a building and ran into about 3 players. I believe it was NRX John.
Yeah, Spider Boy. I don't know what he was trying to do.
Well, he had ample time to escape, but he went back in. That was the big mistake.
He had an opportunity to surprise him as well when he got the jump on one of the players, and he was like, "Nope, just one of them," and he was scared. I was like,
yeah.
You can't be a beggar and a chooser."
Last game was our Benny Hill game. Let's be honest. There were a lot of gags.
It's very true. Small Boy's going to make his way over towards the fake compound. So there's 3 members of AROV. Might go up against their Southeast Asian brethren. Southeast Asian general brethren.
Yep. Looks like it's going to be Malaysia versus Singapore here. And throwing in a grenade to breach the house. They actually get some chip shots off onto Joel, and there's the bunny hop. Small Boy.
Oh, he downed one. Dave
actually got down. Dave Jan. Fantastic now. This is a good breach. Here's Lopro. A little bit low on the outside is one of the other teammates. Looks like Lopro. He gets dropped down, unfortunately. But up to the top level is Small Boy, keeping an eye on him. Let's see if he's able to get this done. There's Joel. Down.
Shots. Second one. He's reloading.
And Small Boy's down.
He's knocked down. He's going to be executed. None of the Fate members, one Fate member has been lost, but there's the final member of the squad.
Okay, 1v1 it looks like with Neko and Fate.
He has to go. Nico has to go. He can't be scared. If not, he's going to lose too many of his allies. Joel is bleeding out, and they're slowly executing these players. Iron Pros just push it for this.
And
Nico, this is what I don't like.
The overly cautious attitude.
Yep.
It costs you sometimes. Costs the players. So Iron Pro's going to move back out on the outside. And looks like it's an indecisive fight.
Iron Pro's going to get a res. Nico should have pushed. There's no reason for Nico not to push besides I am afraid. Because if he falls there, that's a squad wipe, sure. But if he comes out clutch, look at the reward. You would have been able to pick up 2 allies, continue as a 3-man squad, and have 40 points. That's a good trade-off. I don't think it's worth sacking your allies, now giving Iron Pro and Co. 2-on-1 in this situation, just so that you can stay alive a bit longer. I feel like Nico's made a poor choice. He should have pushed out.
Yeah. So he's trying to hold up, and this is the last-ditch effort for Fate, but that was a successful breach here. Not without cost for AROV. There we go. Lopro up towards the top, and Neko is down. Sanji gets the kill. It was SEAL team that actually got him. Tactical crouch engaged. Oh, the manners. All right, we're 17 minutes into this one, Fish, and we are all but 2 down to halfway in the players remaining.
32 plays left.
Few playing outside the zone here as it shrinks down. Research Edifice, no longer a safe place to be. Kakarot's about to have to move.
Kakarot. A little bit tired at the moment, Devin. It's been a long day.
I understand, Matt.
It's been a long day.
Do you prefer Matt or Matthew?
Matt.
Okay, that's good. Matt is like straightforward.
Only my family calls me Matthew. So when my friends call me Matthew, it's like, oh, that's weird.
Yeah, no, I know the feeling. I know the feeling. Yeah, nobody usually calls me Devin either. I just get Pyra all the time.
Oh boy.
My family's got like 5 nicknames for me though. Devo, like the band.
My family has quite a few nicknames for myself as well.
Yeah. Is one of them Fish?
No, they actually.
Where did Fish come from?
Needed to create a username, and they asked me to put something that I enjoyed doing.
You enjoy doing fish?
No, so I enjoyed fishing with my grandpa. I went back to Australia for holidays, so I put down fish. Fish was taken, so I became the bigger fish, because screw that guy, I'm bigger than him.
Okay.
Jacked AF. Alpha male, 6'7", jawline of the goddamn gods.
Yeah, this guy works out. I have proof.
It's the workout noise.
Yeah. Okay. That's
lifting heavy weights and putting them back down again.
Sound. The swollest caster.
Lifting heavy weights, put them back down again.
Yeah.
My goal one day is to be as big as Pasha's biceps. Not as big as Pasha, just his biceps. His biceps are big.
I mean, that's still a pretty solid.
If I was the size of his bicep, just me in general, I'd be happy.
I'm glad you said Pasha. It's one of my favorite CS:GO players, actually.
He's
the reason I love Virtus Pro.
He's just such a good role model as well.
Yeah, he's a great guy. Oh, chicken grenade. Ah! I love that it explodes in a cloud of feathers. That's the best part.
It is the best part.
See, yesterday we had the question for Facebook, what was your favorite gun? I wish it had been a weapon, because I would have just picked the chicken grenade.
Yeah, chicken grenade is the best weapon by far. I'll tell you a story about that in a bit, but continue as this goes on.
Iron Pro's down. Seal invades in full force, and they're not alone. AROV were also there. Lopro going to get dropped. All right, so now we're down to 30.
So, when I first casted Rules of Survival, I was basically told to do some research about it. So I did some research, never really played the game before, so I played it a bit. And this was a long time back. It was about a year ago almost. And when I did my research, I was looking up the weapons, and I found the grenade section. and it was like frag grenade. Firecrackers hadn't been introduced yet, I think. It's just frag grenade, flashbang, smoke grenade. And then there was chicken grenade. And the description literally said, useless, doesn't do anything. So when I went into my first cast, I was like, oh, that's a chicken grenade. He's just taunting them. Turns out it's one of the most powerful grenades in the game.
Yeah, the description, the official item descriptions do tend to troll a little bit.
It's just trolly as heck.
Which makes it a little difficult. I did a bit of research myself when you brought me over here just about a week ago, so trying to learn my way through rules of survival. And yeah, I was a little bit confused by some of the descriptions. One of the best parts was one of the wikis actually has the listing of the guns, and it describes them with historical accuracy. It talks about which armies and countries used them. And then somebody in the wiki comments goes, "This is useless. Tell us the stats."
Of course. +5 damage, that's all I care about. Oh, he busts the riot shield. Seal.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
It was 3 members of Seal, because look at this. We had Hong An's perspective, but Sanji got the down credit, and then the final member got the kill credit.
No, that guy just got lit up. That was full-on firing squad right there for the Gal member.
Level 3 riot shield just getting blown up.
Yeah, like smithereens. That was what we in the business call unlucky.
Goodness sake. Can't believe it.
All right, and we're down to 29. So it seems like we're getting, like, every minute or so, we're getting somebody just gets completely blown up. And that's about it.
We're only 21 minutes into the match as well, so 23 minutes in could change things. Triple X holding on to that spot. Seal, they've ditched their med strat strategy for one person, and they're all doing it.
Yeah,
they're all doing the med dance.
We saw Rennie Sports a little bit earlier there. They've actually stuck out pretty safe.
They've made their way inside the zone, so they're actually in a good spot.
Still a few teams driving around. For the time being, we're on play zone 5. This is at the boundary of where that green zone starts to sting. Should be due to shrink down pretty soon. 30 seconds, in fact. Okay. And here we can see on the mini-map.
So that's a med strat coming in from number 11.
Yeah, but that's actually the only one.
Yeah, the rest of the team, you see 3 members of 11 actually in the next play zone. So
they're
ready
14.
for a big fight.
14 are moving through as well.
14 are moving in.
That should be Fate, I think.
Don't know if they're going to leave someone behind.
Fate are down.
Fate were down very early on. I don't think they're going to leave someone behind.
Dark Frost, then?
Frosty the Snowman.
I mean, if they're in the right numbers. This is one of the issues, like when we look at the mini-map, we only see the numbers, and we have to assume they're going to be in the right space.
Sanji just got knocked out by the play zone.
Oh, no. Sanji, what?
Thuk just got knocked down moving into the play zone.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Zeldrin's just like, no, you do not. You cannot do that.
Well, Brent Sports are the guardians of the play zone. Oh, and into the car they go. Kakarot was looking for a chip shot, didn't find it.
They're making the way out. They're going to be able to drive away here, Pyra.
Yeah. Kakarot is going to have to wave goodbye. Play zone continues to shrink down. He'll have to start making tracks.
Goodbye, team.
All right, there we go. Looks like we're in for that big firefight that we like to talk about. Chicken grenades start to fly. And here comes Bren Esports joining this fray.
Ooh,
knocked down Raynell. Pow Pow already knocked out. Pow Pow's dead. Very quickly.
Bren Esports playing this one very nicely, working together as a unit, constantly checking their corners, rotating really well whenever anyone tries to push their current position.
But there goes TikTok and Zeldrin's as well, so that both teams starting to lose members here.
Tina Pei was in such a good spot. Zeldrin shouldn't have pushed so far forward. If he stayed there with Tina Pei, they were getting frags left and right. They were protecting each other, but as soon as he pushed into that warehouse, it split up the duo.
Yeah, unfortunate. Didn't actually result in a good play there, and it started out so well for Bren Esports. We'll see if Tina Pei can pull off a clutch, but it's not going to be easy.
You can see Akame's downed legs inside that bloody truck.
There's a chicken grenade.
Yeah,
primed it for a while. There it goes. That's a quick one. Boom, it goes, and it's going to find nobody. MJ gets finished off screen by Doi.
He's still got some grenades to work with here, Tina Pei. But
nobody's rushing him. That's the thing. Tina Pei has time.
Now.
Never mind. As I say it.
Bouncing around.
Around the side. No, doesn't decide to wrap around.
20 players left here, though.
Fury Roads and Fire Rose, too.
30 seconds, and the play is going to shrink again, Pyra, but only 30 seconds left.
Everybody's inside this warehouse now, and it looks like it's going to be Lancer who's the first to fall. Illison X also, and Ayatat's knocked down. It's just Grenade City. And
oh, no, Tina Pei! No! What? What? Oh my, he just, what? How did he? I don't understand. He should be dead.
What? Was that his own grenade?
That was his own grenade.
He just whiffed it.
But it should have killed him.
Jeez.
Must be official bug. Must have been official bug.
Yeah, I don't know what I just saw. That was
What a
weird.
legend. Just
All
runs
right.
through his own grenade. He's like, yeah, I can tank this. It's fine.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're down to 15 players. Kakarot's bleeding out. Tuk Tuk's going to get lit up by Hong On. I don't think there is actually anyone in that one. No,
Yes, there is.
It was the same guy. Are you kidding me? Gao, that does not work.
Denzi was hiding inside the tuk-tuk.
No, the best part is, Gao doesn't bail out of the Tuk Tuk till it's well on fire.
Denzi's like, if I hold my ground...
Oh, he's running.
Oh,
He's
no,
running.
He thought if he could hold his ground inside the tuk-tuk, nobody would care. Hong On, he's outside the zone with Denzi. They're both,
Okay.
look at this, they're both 400 meters away from the zone. Take that, NA. How about you fight 400 meters away from the play zone?
Yeah, it's man mode right there. Okay, Sigmund is going to get dropped by Loki. So, Fire Rose.
Oh, boy.
And Fury Road duking it out. Who is the best FR named team? Kaka!
Good shots coming out there. Loki doing what he can.
Up, and the car coming through. Doi does get run over.
Denzi getting knocked out of the car as well. Doisy will be picked back up, so it'll be fine.
Play zone's rapidly shrinking, though. There is not a lot left in this one. I think we're probably still going to come down to that 29-minute marker that we saw last time. As it looks like the end will be inside this gated complex.
The end is nigh.
All right, here comes the chicken. Fire in the hole.
Not
Loki
too
trying
sure.
to find pot shots. Not going to get
Look
much
at this,
there.
Look at this specific view where it's getting on top of the house. It's going to help him out a lot.
We got their 1v1 now. Okay, so it's going to be down to Fire Rose versus...
1-on-2, is it not?
Well, not 1-on-2, excuse me. It's
quite a few.
It's quite a few on quite a few, but only 2 teams. So it's Fire Rose versus Fury Roads. Molotovs. There we go. Loki lit up, and he's down.
Yeah, Fire Rose losing another player, so Fury Roads on the aggressive. On the aggression here. They can push forward. Jadar falls down.
There have been so many chicken grenades here. Doi. He's able to get back up and get the res on to Loki.
Hello from Fury Roads, pushing forward. He's going to drink an energy drink and try and push out as well, you know, just sustaining that little bit of extra hit points.
Whoop, run Doi. Okay, there's a grenade coming in hot. Loki's very low here. He needs some help. Yada's going to get dropped down, though.
The sister team's going at it here, though. Hello is eventually going to push forward. Do we see hold on to that position? Wants to get the res on towards Loki.
He's nearly there.
He'll
and
be
he's
able to
got
pick
him
it
up.
back up. You can't allow that to happen.
I think this is 2-on-2 now.
I think 2-on-3 as far as... Or 3-on-3. Oh, yeah, 2-on-3, you're right. Is it 2-on-3 or 2-on-2?
It's really hard to tell at this point.
I think it's 2-on-3.
But the high ground is occupied by Fury Roads here.
Oh, Hong On being taken down, though. Cecile lose their last player.
Okay.
Free kill for Doisy. He's spotted out, jumping around by Hello. He's going for a big flank, but he's taken the green zone to do so.
Molotov out once again. Hello.
That might be good if that's on.
Oh, yeah, it is.
He's gonna be taken down.
Down he goes. Okay. Still, though, Loki's up. Hello does tank 1 shot.
He's going to start moving. Play zone's closing in.
And it's out into the open for the final firefight. Loki is going to get gunned down, and that's going to be it. It looks like it is going the way of Fury Roads.
And right before they got the final kills as well, the last player from NRX fell just before. So they get 3rd place. But look at that. Vietnam in 4 positions of the top 5.
Yeah, no, they really stepped up in that final round. Absolutely. Give some credit to NRX, John, once again, placing in the 3rd.
Almost 2nd.
I think they med-stratted that one.
They did, and they almost got 2nd. So close.
All right. Man, hand it off.
Alright.